Okay, guys, I think I'm back. I've heard this happening to tons of people, but yep, here I am. Sorry about that. Facebook just quit out on me. So we will be uploading all of part 2 and part 2 of 2. How's that? All right, so I hope you guys can find me again. Again, it's a Facebook thing. They dropped my video while I was recording. It could be an internet thing, but... So hopefully I get you guys back, and you guys, can you just tell me if you're with me or not? Again. All right, thanks, Wendy. All right, so again, you get to do 2 double page layouts to continue from segment 1. Hi again, Kathy. Hi, Sharon again. Sorry about that. It was definitely a Facebook thing. So you get to do 2 double page layouts, or you can create the 2 double page layouts and these cards, a fun fold card. This is an alternative option to the kit. Again, another alternative option to the kit. And then these 3 cards that come designed in the kit, you'll have enough materials to create all of these. And then, oops. Well, there is a 4th option. I just don't know where it is. A 6th option. I don't know where it is. It's probably back in my creative box there. So then if you are a card maker and just want to make the cards, right, you will be able to make, oh, I know which one is missing too. And I thought I just saw it here. Anyway, you'll be making 2 of these cards, 1 of these cards, 2 of these cards, 2 of these cards, 2 of these cards, and then 2 of the other card that I'm not sharing with you at this moment because I don't know where it is. So anyways, I'll put all the details in the description of the YouTube video and on the link to this video. And if you are interested, this promotion is only going through July 18th. So if you are interested, let me know. Comment below. Text me. Message me. All right. So those that joined me last week, you guys got to see part 1 of our virtual class. It's a free class with purchase. And we will be doing part 2 tonight. So you will receive everything pre-cut and ready to prepare with a $50 order on all of these cards. So this card is featuring one of my favorite stamp sets in the new exclusive online. It's called Tractor and Company. And you'll get to make this card here. How cute is that? We put a little bit of Wink Stella on there. And then you'll get to create this card as well. And tonight, we are featuring the Jolly Holly. And we're going to make 3 cards tonight. And again, with your purchase, by the end of the month, you will receive your class kit for free with the PDF. And obviously, you'll have this video online instruction to create 3 more cards using this bundle. Now, your $50 order doesn't have to be any of these products. Honestly, it can be whatever you want. You are going to get the class, though, to create these items. So tonight, we're going to make this card here. We're going to show you a little bit of a sanding technique. Here is the second card, and we're going to be doing an emboss resist technique. And then here is just a really cool card using our Seasons of Greeting paper that is still available, and it will stay available through the year. And I love this paper because it comes in all the holiday colors. It comes in like a cream and gold, green and gold, and cherry cobbler in gold. It is really, really pretty. So we're going to make these 3 cards tonight. So those of you that are just joining me, thanks, you're joining. Craft with Rosemary's Massaro. We have Pat joining us too. Thank you guys for coming and joining. So let's do our first card here. And this is the paper that I used, but I'm going to recreate it on here only because I thought the gold is really pretty. But on this particular paper, the die that we're going to use is not showing up very well. This is a hybrid embossing folder. So cool. And I'm going to show you how to use it. And it comes with this stamp set. Now, you can get the hybrid embossing folder and the die, and it is $41 just for, oops, just for these dies. And this is the key die that you want that matches up with this. Or for $54, you can get the stamp set, the hybrid, and the hybrid die, and the embossing folder. So I'm going to share with you how this works. It is so easy. You are going to line this up. I'm going to figure that out really quickly. It's easy once you figure it out. And it just catches on to your embossing folder. There, it's hooked on right there, right? But I need to put the paper on. So we're going to line this up. And I'll be right back, and we are going to die cut this. And I'm going to show you how cool this is going to look. So because this is a 3D folder, you only need your top plate and your gray plate on your Stampin' Up! Die cut machine. But look how pretty this is. And these all just like pop right up. But it shows up much better, right? This way. So we are going to create this card. This is 8.5 by 11 scored at, I'm sorry, 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And we are going to attach this, and I'm only gonna go around the edges of here because I want to be able to pop up those center polys. Let's move this out of the way for now. So we're going to pop this up. I don't know if you guys can see all the detail on the video. In hindsight, I guess I probably should have used maybe a different cardstock bottom just to create that extra accent. But look how pretty this is coming out. Then we have created this little centerpiece here using these dies that come along with the kit, right? And the accent pieces of these sprigs right here. So I put them somewhere, and if you guys see them, now I'm all frazzled because my computer all quit on me. Well, we're going to put the inside piece in, and it's wherever I put my envelope with all the extras. Breathe, Rosemary, breathe. All right, this goes here. These we can move away. I have my one piece here. That is for this card. That is for that card. Seriously, guys, I had everything cut. Everything. And it's going to show up as soon as I'm not looking. So let's go to the next card. Oh my gosh. Actually, we can decorate this card. So I pulled out my old stickles. Stampin' Up! Does provide liquid pearls, but they don't have the shimmer on them. So I wanted the shimmer. And we're going to add some of the shimmer on here. And it'll be good because this needs to dry a little bit. So I'm just going to add these little red holly dots here. Little berries. I'm not going to put that in the middle because we will have our sentiment there. Just enough to give it a little bit of bling. All right, we will let that sit and dry, and hopefully, if I can find the envelope that I pulled everything from, because that's where it's at. It's right here. It was mixed up with the other one. All right, let's put that aside, and we're going to let that dry, and we'll come back to decorating that. Put that off to the side. I won't lose it, I promise. All right, our next one is a really fun one to create. And here I'm going to need to get my little mat out here. So here we are going to create this look on here, and we're going to be using creating it by placing ink right on the embossing folder. So I have chosen to use Garden Green. So you can get two different types of looks on this card, but we are going to be showing you by putting the ink lightly on the top spot right here, and then we're going to run this through the machine to get a really nice look. And this is, I believe, 3.5 by 4 3/4. We're going to lay that right on top there and run it through the machine. Again, just like because it's a 3D, we're only going to be using the base plate and the gray plate. Perfect. And this cleans off really nicely with water, and we will have to clean that off in a second. I'm just going to leave that off to the side here. See how pretty that came out? Just soft, nice little hollies. We're going to mount that to, I believe this is, okay, this is 4 by 5 or 3.75 by 5. You're going to have all the sizes and measurements in the PDF once you get your kit. So we're going to add that right to here. I'm mounting it on Cherry Cobbler. Perfect holiday color. Here I use our stylish dies, the smallest square, and I embossed Holly and Jolly with white embossing powder. It came out, I love how it just pops right out. We're gonna add that right to here. And then we have our little hollies. Right here. I'm going to take this and color in just the center of, with our Stampin' Right marker. I'm using just the fine tip just to give it a little bit of accent on the inside. And instead of using the stickles, which I think would look absolutely beautiful, I'm just giving you alternative options here. We are going to color in the berries with the Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Right marker. And I'm just going to use the fine tip point as well. And we're going to do the same on here. Just color these in. And I'm just really trying to stay right on top of the embossed, because this is raised, and I'll show you in a second. How pretty is this, right? I'm literally thinking that stickles or the liquid pearls, I wanted to use the liquid pearls, but the real red in the liquid pearls, it really, in my opinion, doesn't come out to be a really true red. All right, we can add some little bit of dimensionals there. And this one, I'm just going to adhere, kind of tuck right underneath just a little, like that. We're going to put this on our card base. This is 4 1/4 by 11, and you can score it at 5 1/2, or like I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold it in half. Simple, elegant, and very Christmassy. That is card number 2 that you're going to get in your kit. Like I said, everything's going to be pre-cut and ready for you to assemble. Normally, I would probably take this right over to my sink and clean this off, but I'm going to use my spray bottle. Because we are going to use this one more time. And these are water-based inks, so obviously they clean off really, really well. There we go. Like new. All right, and our last card, guys, our very last card is creating this fun. Again, we're going to use that die. We're going to mirror it up, and then we're going to do some sanding on here. This is garden green, and it's this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to grab my die. Again, I'm going to line this up right here. And I will be right back. This is giving me a hard time. There we go. So, look how fun and cute this shows up. These pop right up. Perfect. All right, so now the fun part is sanding. So you can just take a fine, I mean, really any sandpaper is going to work. And obviously if it's not as fine and if it's, what would you call it, a little more coarser, you just might have to put a little bit more pressure on here. We're just going to go through here and rub. Oops, I don't want to rip it. Oh, maybe that's why I got this one out. Huh. Nothing really want to work for me today, does it? Oh, no, I know why this isn't working. Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. This is not my two-sided cardstock. I thought it was me going crazy. You guys, it's on my cardstock. But it's a great segue to tell you that our two-sided cardstock, you've got your lighter side and you got your true side in color, is on sale starting tomorrow. 20% off all your favorite colors. They only offer this sale once a year. So now would be a great time to stock up on it. So I'm cutting this to be 4 and 5 1/4. Oh my gosh. I have to tell you, I just am so tired. I'm not even thinking straight today. All right, really quick, I'm going to do a quick emboss on here. We're going to line this up again. See how that just clicks right in there? We're going to put that here. Lay that down. Lines up nicely. All right. I promise it'll work now. Oh my goodness. So you can already see it coming through. Look how easy that's scraping off. Nice little accents. I love that the little white specks come off as well. on the extra accent. It does help if you use double-sided or two-tone cardstock to get this really cool effect. All right, now see how cool that came out? Perfect. And we are going to attach that to our 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock. Again, you can score it at 4 1/4. I'm just going to fold this in half. Although, now that I do have my trimmer and scorer out. Right. And I'm actually going to throw some dimensionals up on that. Just to give it a little pop and extra dimension. So I'm just going to make sure that I put them where the die is not coming through. And here we're going to show you a couple extra little tips and tricks on decorating and accenting it. I think I'm going to want one in this corner and one up in that corner. Amanda, you were absolutely right. I wish I saw your comment seconds earlier, minutes earlier. All right, here you go. Now we're going to attach that right onto the center there. We're going to line that up from corner to corner. And now we're going to create some really fun accents right here, creating this gold angle. And we actually embossed the bell die cut as well, and then we colored it in. So I have my we are going to dovetail this first. And I know I'm going to lose the bottom part, but this is the die that comes right in with the bundle. And we are going to dip this in Versamark, and then we are going to stamp it, and then we are going to emboss our little bell. That just went MIA on me, but we'll find it. So I really don't have to do this part, but I am going to show you, because you should always use your embossing buddy when you are using your Versamark. We're just going to take the bottom part of this and press it down right in my Versamark. Try to get an even line. And then I'm going to dip it right into my gold embossing powder. And then we're going to heat emboss it. So it's going to get a little loud, but you're going to see the magic happen as the embossing powder melts. Not a smart move. See how pretty? I love that little shimmer on there. And my little die cut bell did not appear, but we can create one really, oh, I know, duh. We're gonna stamp, die cut, so we're gonna stamp this with embossing, with Versamark. And what I tell you should always do first, that I didn't do, we should have used our embossing buddy. And we're just going to put some gold powder on here. And I'm quite honestly, I don't have to worry too much about it because we're going to be die cutting this out. I'm going to grab my little bell die cut. And I just smudged it, so I'm going to go over it some more. Again, this will melt it, then we'll die cut it, and then we'll color it in. And I was being very brave by blowing that over the embossing powder. Sorry guys, I'm a perfectionist. Third time's a charm. There we go. You move that out of the way. Can put that back. And now we're going to color this in really pretty. I'm going to be using our real red. You can see the difference, how bright that is. I'm going to be using our new Darling Duckling and our Garden Green. So I'm using the fine point tip. And what's nice is when you emboss it, it helps you keep the marker right in line. I'm going to bring you in closer. Our Darling Duckling. Love these color combinations. I could probably have used the brush tip on here, but the way things are going for me tonight, I'm playing it safe. I'm going to leave the little bell part open, and then we're just going to color in the bow with our pretty real red. And this is really, I mean, really is. You guys can't see, and I'm going to hopefully be able to show it to you up close. But the embossing is keeping my coloring right in line. And I want to just touch this up a little more. And there you go. We got that nice little glossy look to it. So now we're going to stamp our sentiment that comes right within in this stamp set. May the spirit of the season bring you hope, happiness, and love. We are going to stamp that in our real red. Fantastic. We are going to cut a little bit of gold thread, and you will receive a little bit of this gold thread in your kits as well. I'm just going to add this on with a little bit of a glue dot. And add this on with some dimensionals. One more dimensional. Oops. And then we just add our stickles. And then we'll go back and start, finish making up that first one that I kind of lost it on. So here we're going to cover up these little white dots that we just sanded off. But like I said, liquid pearls will work with this. I could actually use probably some gold stickles that I have as well. And I want to say, and if somebody from my team is watching, confirm, I believe the pearls that they were selling were on Last Chance. Getting a little close here. There you go. Simple, elegant, And let's finish up our first one. I'm not sure if the stickles will dry. It usually takes about an hour, in my opinion, maybe a little bit more for it to dry. But we do have that little centerpiece that we can work with. There are all my pieces. This die also comes within the bundle as well. And I use the gold brushed gold foil. This is on last chance, but the gold foil and silver foil, I believe, is still available. I'm so glad that they did not discontinue that. I think it is a staple item. We're just going to line that up there. And that there. These, see if I can, how well I can maneuver this without messing up my stickles. All right, we're gonna put our little ferns. Add our, let's see if this is going to be too big. I might need my mini. Well, I think I got it. And then I thought instead of going with more red, I would go with a little bit of gold stickles right there and right on my joy. I know, Donna, isn't it sad that it's going away? So guys, here are your 3 cards that you will be creating. All right, where'd my favorite one just go? Here we go. These are your 3 cards that you'll be creating for part 2 of the July, Christmas in July free virtual. These are the other 2 classes cards that you'll get to create. Like I said, everything's going to come pre-cut, ready for you to assemble. These will not be die cut. I can't stamp, guys, so I'm not allowed to stamp, but you can feel free to use any of the stash that you have with a $50 order, and these are going to get mailed out. Oh, I think, so this promotion is on till July 18th, and so place your order by the 18th, and this will be mailed out most likely by the 24th. That sounds right. So here you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your patience as well during this video. Some days are just more stressful than others. Again, I thank you for joining me, Rosemarie Massaro, Craft with Ro. Again, all the links for the Beautiful Blues workshop will be set up on this video as well. Thank you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Ciao.